I think I wanna know ya, yeah, what?
Oh, hey, we're live, ladies, gents, boys, girls, and children of the universe. This is the 90th edition of First Time, Long Time Movie Reviews. What was that? That wasn't me, was it, Brandon?
No, it's to the system, man.
Yeah, so take it away.
If anyone can tell me what the crying kid gives the flower to, what is that from? Every episode for 19 weeks, I've been trying to figure out what that kid's from. Jordan doesn't remember. He just makes them and spits them out. But you tell me, crying kid, rewind it. She gives a flower. He cries, single tear. What is that from? Right before Spider-Man. I am good. Welcome back to First Time, Long Time, where we talk about movie reviews. We're a streak of 2 in a row, I think. We're crushing it. Killing it. I thought I've had nothing, but I have 3 again. So that I'm excited to see that. If you are in the chat, if you want to see with us, I know we're not tag team champions anymore. I know that kind of hurt our viewership last week, but you know, I'm doing my best to bring a belt back.
Stop watching. They're not
I'm doing my best to bring a belt. They need gold, so I'm doing my best to go back to the bring some gold back to this podcast. So yeah, click the link below to join up.
Yes, it's in the chat if you're watching YouTube. That's the place to go to YouTube, so you can comment, click on the link, or you can just type it down
around
M9V9SDCA3W, and you get there as well. Or click the link in the chat if you're looking at the YouTube, which is where you should be because YouTube's cool. Brandon, what did you watch this week?
Watched a couple things. Jordan, I watched a couple things. I know you said you have a hard out in an hour, so I got to go fast.
We're doing scary movie trivia over at Why We Love Horror. Don't know why I signed up. I thought I was going to rewatch them, and I saw half of 3 again. So
the scary movie franchise.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I watched a similar franchise. Just equally amount of dicks and balls. I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Wait, what?
I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
I don't think you watched the right movie if there's not the dicks in it.
It was a lot darker than I thought it was going to be, but equally as sexy. But yeah, James Marsden, whatever. But yeah, I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I still haven't seen 3, but I liked the first one when it came out. Saw it in theaters. Never got around to 2. I love these video games. These were actually like low key. Like I love Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. I love the OG one, Sonic 4. I love I love Sonic the Hedgehog a lot, and seeing these movies really brings back that nostalgia of me playing those games. Really enjoy it. Jim Carrey's great in these movies. James Marsden's good in these movies. Ben Schwartz is good in these movies. But I was talking to Tato about this yesterday. I just feel like I know we're not the audience, right? Like for some of these video game stuff, like the old school players are the audience. I feel like there's some homages there for the old school players. They threw in Knuckles, they threw in Chaos Emeralds, they threw in all this stuff. But it's a kid's movie, and some of the stuff was just a little too silly, too goofy for me. That kind of threw me off. The Adam Pally stuff is really silly. I know, Eggman is kind of a doofus, but some of the things are like, okay, that's a little too silly for me. And then even some of the Ben Schwartz stuff, like it's clearly just trying to be Deadpool for children. I was just like, yeah, that would have been funny. Like, if I watched this 20 years ago or even more, 25 years ago, and I was like 10, 11 years old, this would have been my favorite movie ever. Like, I would have loved this shit. But it's not. I'm almost 35 now. And it's, not quite for me. That being said, it looks good. I definitely can see kids loving this. It's enjoyable. It really is cool seeing Knuckles and seeing all these characters. I'm excited to see Shadow in the next one. I'm excited to see more Jim Carrey just because it's enjoyable. So definitely not a bad watch, not a bad movie. Just not really for me. I gave it 3 stars just because it's not for me. but not a bad movie by in any sense of the word. A good video game adaptation, feels like a video game, feels like a lot of fun, but again, just not the audience for me, our audience for it, as much as it hurts because I'm such a fan of the games. But yeah, it like, I'm not gonna nuts bomb it. Like, it's a kid's movie, so like, you got to give it some leeway.
Yeah, no, I mean, obviously, you always have to go in a little bit of a mindset of, we're not the general demographic, but at the same time, I really enjoyed this franchise so far. I've been to C3. There's been plans a couple times, and then still got a little bit of a cough, so I don't want to be that theater douche coughing. So, I haven't seen 3 yet. I definitely will when it comes out. Jim Carrey is always so delightful here. And yeah, I actually rewatched the second one kind of in prep, and yeah, I enjoyed it about as much as the same as you. It's a solid 3 stars. Each one of them has been good so far. Arguably, maybe the best comic book movies because they are 3 stars to 3.5. Yeah, I kind of felt bad that like James Marsden ends up having to go on a wedding for half of it, so he kind of gets lost in the shuffle for a little bit. But otherwise, a pretty good movie here. I will now pull the typical JPO and talk about a movie you've never heard, no one's ever seen. In fact, here let me double check Letterboxd. Oh no, my friend Wick Reaver saw this. All right, damn, that almost disappoints me that someone else saw this. My man is a loser.
The names.
I teased this last week, ladies and gentlemen. Have you thought, why isn't John Stamos a leading man? Well, he is in this one. My man is a loser. John Stamos from Full House, and has he done anything besides Full House?
As a lead man, he had like a sitcom recently with Josh Peck, but like, I don't know if he's done any movies.
So yeah, so he is the leading man here. He's a playboy. He's in his 40s, 50s, whatever he is, and he won't settle down. And his 2 kind of cucked friends, Michael Rappaport and Brian Callen, who's a stand-up comedian, are like, well, what should I do to get my marriage better? And he gives them advice, and most of the advice doesn't work. And he's also slowly starting to fall for somebody, even though maybe he or maybe not, he doesn't deserve her. I didn't like it. I didn't like it much at all. No one's really likable. No one's really funny. Yeah, it just really meanders throughout it here, man. It's one of those comedies where a lot of it I was like, why am I supposed to laugh? Or to a degree. Like, I mean, despite like even Michael Rappaport, who evidently must be best friends with this director, because he's made 3 movies so far, and they all feature Michael Rappaport, so they must be buddies. He had a Disney Plus show, The Big Shot. All right, yeah, so that's not much. John Stamos has been around from the 80s, and we're all like, he did a TV show once. I just think that's funny. That not a lot of credits to his name. And this was from 2014, by the way. So not much since. 1.5. I'll give this movie a solid 1.5 stars for My Man is a Loser. What a wonderful title. Does it make you want to watch it?
No.
What else did you see?
But fun fact, actually, looking at the Letterboxd for this, John Stamos isn't actually the top billed actor in this on the Letterboxd.
Did they give it Callen?
No, Tika Sumpter. But you may be thinking, who is that?
That's more of a letterboxing then.
But that is James.
She's like the love interest of Stamos' thing.
But it's James Marsden's wife in Sonic the Hedgehog.
I remember I meant to look her up. Is she also the Ride Along girl, or is that somebody else?
She's in Ride Along and Ride Along 2.
Okay, yeah, she's Kevin Hart's girl. Okay, and I forgot about Sonic. I remember thinking, who is she? Oh, of course, everyone loves Stomp the Yard. Hey, Chris, did you ever see My Man is a Loser?
No.
There was
I know you didn't, but what did you see?
So I had to let my Letterboxd figure out what earliest I could talk about because you guys leave me with.
Oh god damn it! You're one of those. Just name a movie. I hate this discussion so much.
You know what? In honor of Tato, I would talk about the Foot Journey movie. Tato had me talk about it a little bit yesterday. I could talk about it a little bit more today. I like this movie a lot. I think it is. I'm going on Kevin Smith more and more. Having watched his movie, I thought it was very charming. I thought the kid's performance was really good. The only annoying thing about it, I didn't love Ken Jeong in the movie. I thought his stick got really annoying after a while as the movie manager. Every time he popped up, it get less funny and funnier. But I thought the wrestling scene, the wrestling cameo scene with what the actor name, Jordan?
Oh, Austin Dejur, the main dude. Who are we asking about?
No, the wrestling guy that show up in that one.
Oh,
cameo.
Sam Richardson. Yeah, from a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, Veep.
Sam Richardson, haven't seen that. Probably my favorite scene in the movie is just like good advice, a couple of really good jokes thrown into the scene. But it's a sweet movie, and I do love the little tie-in to one of Kevin Smith in mid credit. A 4 stars for me. And
Yeah, that's a good review. That's better than my review, which is I think 3 stars. Yeah, I liked it. I liked. Have you seen it, Brandon?
No, I've not seen this yet.
Yeah, no, I mean, check it out. It is worth checking out. I like the rapport of the main kids, the main girl, and whatnot. I like Ken Jeong. If you're not into Ken Jeong's stick that he kind of does in a lot of films, then yeah, I could see that maybe we're wearing thin. But at least he was a constant development in the film here. I thought some of the trailers were disappointing here. The Jason Biggs trailer kind of whatever. What's his name? Logic and DJ Bader's kind of okay. Jason Lee's in it for 5 seconds. Brian O'Halloran ends up getting cut out of the film, by the way. So like it was just a lot, almost too quick with some of those. Kind of in and out. Like you tell, like he probably only had the actors on set for an hour or so. And yeah, but no, it's a good year for coming of age films, and it is worth checking out. So yeah,
it's worth checking out. Even though Jason Lee and the mom went on a little bit too long, that whole joke. Like that's the one joke.
Well, her bit goes on. Her bit gets overdone. His bit, he's in it for like 5 seconds. You can't say Jason Lee's in it too much. He literally comes in and gets the phone for like 30 seconds, and then he's out. Justin Long, that was kind of funny too. But yeah, Sam Richardson kind of does seal the scene. It's kind of like a Sergeant Slaughter type character. Chris, you have any other movies? Well, we'll come back to you if you do.
Think about it.
All right, Brandon, what you got?
All right. So from a movie that I've never heard of, Jordan, to a movie you've never heard of, a movie from 2012. I try so hard. Every time I click something, I'm like, damn it. I have 2 more coming up, or 2 coming up. This one and another one coming up. A movie called The Battery from 2012, directed by Jeremy Gardner. This is in case you don't know what a battery is what they call... Well, no, it's a different type of battery. A battery is what they call a pitcher and a catcher. So a pitcher and the catcher is called the battery. It's them combining together. So this is a movie about 2 baseball players play up in Connecticut, Ben and Mickey, who are trying to survive a zombie plague. So this is 2
okay, good. I thought I clicked the wrong trailer. Like you're talking about baseball. I'm like, I'm clicking a zombie trailer.
That is Ben. He's a catcher. The other guy in the shorts is a pitcher. And these guys are getting together and just trying to survive. And it's kind of like, it reminded me of Blue Ruin a lot. It's a movie that is a revenge movie, but done in a very different way. This is a zombie movie where you don't really even you see a couple zombies, but not really. It's them just kind of navigating their friendship and navigating this world. And Ben really trying to keep Mickey alive because Mickey kind of sucks. And you find out more about the relationship, like they're kind of just like tasked being together because that's who they're together. And it's really, really well done. It's really beautifully shot. It costs like $500 to make. Apparently it costs like nothing. It is very slow. It is very artsy. It's an art house film for sure. So if you're used to that type of movie, I think you would enjoy something like this. But yeah, it's not an all-out action fest. There's weird in sometimes. There's definitely points where, like, there's a point where they're stuck in a car and that lasts like 20 minutes. And there's a scene that goes on for like 5 minutes where a character has to run away for a second, and you just get a close up on a guy's face for like 5 minutes of him like, come on, hurry, come back. So it's definitely done in a very different way, definitely artsy way. But I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. It wasn't very long. It was 101 minutes. So that was nice. It didn't wear it as welcome at all because some of these art house films can have that. It does have the typical art house film ending where you're like, wait, that's it? Like, what the fuck? Like, they love doing that. But it was a very good character piece, very good character study. I liked their relationship, even though I really didn't like one of the characters, and I didn't think he was that good of an actor. But the lead, Jeremy Gardner, who also directed this and wrote it, I thought was pretty good. And I looked in, he has done a couple other things, but nothing like hasn't really like taken off yet. And I thought he did a really good job here in this. So I'm gonna check out the other two and see if those are good. But I enjoyed this. Didn't love it. Wanted to love it more when I saw what it was. Baseball zombie movie. Artsy. Wanted to love that. But didn't love it. But I gave it 3.5. Thought it was still really well done. If you like these art house films, you're looking for a different take. If you like Blue Ruin and like a slower, darker take on a revenge flick, then I think you would like something like this, The Battery.
Nice, yeah. So waiting for Blue Ruin. That stars. He's the director of Toxic Avenger. Waiting for that to come out this year. I know I've seen that trailer, by the way. I saw that trailer for whatever reason. But yeah, I've not seen that movie. Chris, you ever seen The Battery?
No.
All right.
What? We'll never know.
If you put this into the Letterboxd is going to go, yeah, there's like 5 of them, but not what you want. And I was like, did I daydream this movie? Because it's called Shattered. Or, as you'll see briefly, like a generic title. But if you see briefly here on the YouTube, you can also find it as Butterfly on a Wheel. Butterfly on a Wheel is how you'll find it on Letterboxd and some other places here. Really good cast here. You have Gerard Butler and Maria Bello are a married couple who gets kidnapped by Pierce Brosnan, who is just really fucking hates him for some reason. And they're not quite sure why. Things obviously do unfold as the movie goes here. And yeah, he just puts him up to the task here. He has him, try to withdraw money quickly. He tries to, have him rob a place. He's like, I need $500. Well, he took our wallets. You figure it out, kind of thing. So there is some fun to be had here. It's a kind of a mixed bag. I think it's why, again, another one that kind of got swept under the rug and has 2 different titles depending on where you're looking. Brosnan's having fun, even though he is kind of one note in it here. And there's a lot of just like panicking and struggling. And we've seen other things kind of like this in this hostage situation. I seem to like hostage movies. It's maybe like I watch a lot of them. Letterboxd probably will prove that to me if I ever look up my stuff.
You want to kidnap somebody? That's your fantasy.
Shut up. And so a mixed bag for me here, and it is the type of movie that it could have had more of a straightforward ending, but they want to now have the twisty, fun ending, and I don't know if I bought into it. I personally kind of didn't here. So 2.5 stars, right kind of in smack dab in the middle here for me here. Decent enough performances here, and I was at least invested, but if I had to Siskel and Ebert it, I would probably give a thumbs down if I had to do one or the other here. Didn't quite get to that next level. So Shattered at 2.5 stars, or Butterfly on a Wheel if you're trying to find it on the Letterboxd. Chris, you ever seen Shattered or Butterfly on a Wheel?
I know a lot for.
What have you seen, Chris?
You know what? I rarely go negative here. A couple of weeks ago, but I haven't been on for a while since before the new year. Let's go the Justice Smith movie, The American Society of Magical Red Journey to Taylor Swift, and I just don't want to say the whole title, but this movie is a fucking.
You can say it. Jesus.
Yeah, it's a train wreck of a movie. I like Justice Smith. I saw the TV Glow from last year, but this was one of the worst insulting movie I've seen this past year. Movie that say, hey, the Green Mile might be true. That is one of the jokes, like they willing with there for the movie. The romance doesn't work. The lore is kind of interesting, but I think David Alan Grier, the only good thing about this movie, he tried to keep it a little funny at times. None of the humor works. It's so bad, and when you make it even fun of the Green Mile, the movie is the worst for the one star for me. This is one of the worst movies I saw last year. That's all technically this year, but from last year.
We get it. Now this is one that I was relatively all right, interesting enough premise. David Alan Grier doesn't get it hardly enough leading-ish roles. I know he's probably second fiddle, but still rarely is he this much, I think, in a movie. So I was really kind of for it here. And then the reviews came out. They were bad. The other reviews, once it finally hit the Peacock, came out. They were just as bad. So that's one I never actually got around to. And that's even with watching bad movies. Brendan, you ever seen this?
I've not. No, I've heard of it, but I never got around to it.
Yeah,
Now I
so
won't.
maybe hey, the worst reviewed movie.
Hey,
of the week
you
so
want
far.
You want to see the better Justice Smith movie? Watch. I saw the TV Glow a lot better than that.
I mean,
Watch Detective Pikachu.
I was just saying, yeah, you want to watch a better Justice Smith movie? Sounds like just watch another Justice Smith movie.
Yeah.
No, but I feel like that guy actually does run the gamut of like all over the place as far as ratings goes, which is true for most actors, I believe. But so yeah, that's that movie. Brandon, what else you see this week?
I watched a good movie, Jordan. I watched the classic movie, Jordan. I dug a hole, Jordan.
Oh shit, I didn't have a bracket ready.
Wait for it.
Hold on, I put in the wrong kind of. There we go.
I finally decided to start scratching my James Dean itch, and I watched Rebel Without a Cause from 1955, directed by Nicholas Ray. I've never seen a James Dean movie. There's only 3 of them to pick from, but I decided to start with this one, which I think was his first. I think this was his second one, and then he was nominated for East of Eden after he died. It gets kind of tricky because they came out the same year, and this one I think got released actually after he died. And this movie made me sad because, like, you know, I still have 2 more movies to watch of his, but you know, I know he passed away many, many, many years ago. You know, 50 years ago at this, or 60 years ago at this point. But you know, watching a movie like this is like kind of sad because, you know, I'm trying to do some other classics as well, and I have a lot of other major actors I haven't seen, but I only have 2 more for James Dean because he was a star. He was definitely a star. Was he the best actor ever? No, he was a good actor. He was still so young too. He was, I believe, 24, 23 when he made this. So definitely had a lot more in him. But he does a really good job. My only problem is, like, they're supposed to be high school students, and he's 22, but these kids look so old. That kind of threw me off a bit, except for this kid right here. That kid looked like a high school student. Everyone else looked like they were in their 40s. But no, a great film about a guy who's just trying to avoid conflict, but conflict keeps finding him and just gets dragged into this bad situation by some bad kids. And then he has to kind of get out of it a bit. And it turns in, I didn't realize it was going to take the route it did, where he kind of turned into like a little chase movie. And it's just bad situations that, like, they could have totally been avoided or should have been avoided, but people just suck sometimes. But yeah, a major star turning performance from James Dean. Thought he was really, really good in this, and just very captivating. And like, it made me, again, like I said, made me sad because I wish there was a lot more that I could watch of his. I'll still check out the other 2, but yeah, definitely was a big loss. But yeah, a good movie. Some good acting in it. Not too hokey over the top. Sometimes the 50s movies can get like, oh, I fell, and like it has some of that. Like, not too much of it. Lead actress Natalie Wood is a smoke show in this, so that was fun too. But yeah, just a good old, just a good classic movie that had some, you know, some exciting scenes, a good, you know, car scene, a nice little knife fight, and then a good little low key kind of talking a kid down in this, you know, nice tragic sad ending. So a good movie, definitely highly recommend. I'm close to 4.5 here, but I'm leaning towards a 4. Just because, you know, does have some of the old movie. If I watched it, you know, in the 50s, I definitely thought this would have been incredible. But some of this is definitely hard to watch nowadays. But, you know, it has some good concepts that are still kind of prevalent today. So, a really, really good movie. So, highly recommend. If you're looking for a good classic movie, you want to get into James Dean, you don't have much to choose from, but this is a good place to start.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen any James Dean. So yeah, that's something.
Only 3.
I'll check. Yeah,
kind of crazy
filmography, and then we can do on countdown. We can do ranked James Dean movies. It'll take 5 minutes. Chris, you are a Rebel. Ever seen Rebel Without a Cause?
I only know it because La La Land, but I have not seen Rebel Route.
I know you're a big Woody Allen fan though, so everyone's seen Deconstructing Henry. Am I right, guys?
I've seen it.
Oh, really cool. See, a movie you've seen now, finally. So yeah, this is a Woody Allen movie. He's a struggling writer. I won't do that anymore, I promise. And yeah, so it's a bit about, you know, his character here, and there's other also fantasies, both with his character and fantasizing other characters here. Robin Williams pops up for a scene. Billy Crystal pops up in a couple different scenes, including where he's basically the devil. There's an extended sequence where he does go to hell, and it's actually they quite put some production into this. I've never seen a Woody Allen movie that actually had a little bit more thought into like all the background and whatnot. The random nudity too, by the way. I've never seen a big nudity Woody Allen movie here, but lots of just random demons running around naked during that section. It's a bit very yelly at times. It is just again, don't fall in love with me, please. But yet the gorgeous women constantly do, and then are surprised that he's a piece of shit, which is funny because didn't a gorgeous woman fall in love with him in real life and he ended up being a piece of shit? So hey, I write what I know. Okay, I know I said I wasn't gonna do the voice, but I gotta do the voice.
Keep it going.
The pixelated part with Robin Williams actually thought was pretty funny here, and there are moments that works. I like the hell sequence, the Billy Crystal sequence, the Robin Williams one, and there is some well written stuff here. Kind of kidnaps his son at one point in a way, so I liked it enough. I hate to admit, slump Woody Allen at times. So it's a 3 stars. It's the best movie that I saw this week. Not that the sky was high, because Shattered 2.5. My loser was 1.5. What did you think of Deconstructing Henry? Did you like it, Brennan?
I remember liking it. I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember liking it though. Remember seeing bits and pieces of it a ton. My roommate in college had to write a paper on it, so it was being played like 4 times, like in a week. So there was a lot of it, but
Yes.
it's been.
Letterboxd shows you watched it, but you had no rating.
Yeah, I just marked it as watched 2 seconds ago.
So did Mike Flanagan, horror director Mike Flanagan, and actor Timothy Simmons from Veep. They also watch it without rating.
I always like when I watch a movie and Mike Flanagan likes it. I don't know why.
Yeah,
He never rates anything, but he always just gives you like, oh, Mike. Watch.
Well, I think if I ever got famous, not that I'm going to, that's what I would have to do. Like, it makes sense. Like, Mike Flanagan's not going to like piss off a certain actor or director by being like 2 stars. Your movie sucked. Hey, you want to work with me someday?
Yeah, like, there's an actor I watched.
Have to.
There's another actor or director that I follow on Letterboxd. I forgot his name, but he only gives his own movies 5 stars. But then like, and then everything else he just gives like a heart if he really likes it. Like I think Mike gives everything in like a heart if he likes it, or like really likes it, and then just watches it. But I guess that's it's the smart route. The girl who plays, I think Miss Marvel or I think Miss Marvel, she's on Letterboxd and she like rips on things.
Yeah. I did give my movie Hunter X 5 stars. Not my movie, but the movie I helped shoot and cameo in. Hunter X 5 stars. Chris, Woody Allen, did you watch this?
No, I haven't seen a lot of Woody Allen earlier work.
Oh, Chris. I love my daughter too much. Okay, well, that was weird. Have you seen any other movies from 2024 you want to talk about?
You know what?
Wicked!
No, I don't do anything that already been on streaming for a while. Brandon, you mentioned Blue Ruin. I don't even mention a movie with an actor from Blue Ruin. It was Inside. David Thompson from Blue Ruin in this. He played Ford. This is a really smart little horror movie from last year that I didn't know nothing about, but Chad and Dylan, a lot of people were recommending it to me. It's a movie that about a wedding party. The night before the wedding, all the friends come over. They haven't seen each other for a year. And then their real friend come over with a suitcase. And you have a little machine that you put it on. You just fit into other bodies. That David Thompson from Blue Ruin. He's really good in the movie. This is funny.
Oh,
this is weird.
yeah. I was going to say, what Blue Ruin guy's in it? That's right. Yeah, the kid.
Oh, that kid. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny. It's weird. It's kind of like... It kind of like Talk to Me, but a different style. Talk to Me. If almost if I Talk to Me, it's a 4.5. I go 4 just because I think the ending go on just a little bit too long. Like there's too many twists at the end. I think it ended up with a drive. Without giving away a calm moment, it would have ended perfectly for me. There's just one scene right after it that little too on the nose to it in the head. But I would love to see another one. They kind of did leave it open at the end. Like I love the cast. The script is really good. Just one of the better horror scripts of last year. Yeah, a 4-star for me. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this movie was really good as well. I agree. Yeah, it was a fun little trip here. I was almost 3.5. I think I bumped up a little bit to 4 just because I did kind of give it some credit. Brandon, you ever seen this one?
I'm not, but I see a review that says Knives Out plus Coherence plus Bodies. I like all three of those movies,
Yeah.
so I'll have to check it out.
That's a good simulation there. All right. All right. I guess we could go ahead. If anyone else wants to pop up in the chat here, I know Zach said he was going to tune in. Guess you didn't, you son of a bitch. But if anyone else wants to, guys, feel free. Link is in the comments. Link is in the bottom here scroll. So, Brandon, want to go over the movies you saw this week?
No.
All right. Well, he said Sonic the Hedgehog 2 gets 3 stars. He gave
The
the battery.
I want to do
Go
it
ahead.
together as a team.
Oh,
The battery,
the
3.5
stars.
Good little
finally,
zombie baseball flick. And then I started
James Dean Holes.
Dean
Watch
Journey. Rebel Without a Cause.
With Rebel Without a Cause. I
nailed
really
it.
loved it. Nailed it. 4 stars. Now do mine. I watched a shitty fucking movie with John Stamos called My Man is a Loser.
Sure.
1.5 stars. Then it might be known as Butterfly on a Wheel, depending on where you look. I put Shattered because it was less to type. 2.5 stars. And the best movie I saw this week was sadly Woody Allen. Hey! Deconstructing Henry at 3 stars. Our friend Chris here, he said 4 stars to the 4:30 movie with Kevin Smith directing. American Society for Magical Negroes gets only 1 star. Worst reviewed movie of the week, even worse than John Stamos's. Brendan Plays with His Doggy. And It's What's Inside, big review at 4 stars. That and Rebel Without a Cause are probably the big watches of the week. Chris, since you stood the whole time, I'm actually not taking you off screen. And any plugs or parting words?
You find me here to anywhere. Great to be on it and love talking movie with you guys. And happy 2025. Get to say it because I haven't been on like the past 2 weeks. But happy 2025 to y'all on this wonderful channel.
Absolutely. Brandon, any plugs or parting words?
I got some stuff coming up in the can. You can watch me. I just filmed a tag match for Melee. That's coming out soon. I got a trios match coming out soon that I've learned that people actually study. They're like asking questions about what are eligible and stuff, and this is new to me. So come watch that and see if I change my strategy.
Nerds.
I don't. I do the same thing. That I always do. And then over at Lights Out Trivia, hopefully we'll get our belts back. But in the meantime, we're on a pretty good run right now. Watch me take on Jeremy, both 4-0. Watch us for that battle, that top spot going into the Final Four tournament. So check that shit out once Tato comes out of his hibernation. His well-deserved hibernation. Sleep for as long as you can, Tato. Sleep.
Yeah, shout out to all those channels here. As for me, follow our friends over at Why We Love Horror. I'll be competing on that here in a little bit here. Follow us over at the Lonely Marks Wrestling Podcast here on YouTube. We're discussing all the recent wrestling news. And then Movie or Never on Friday. And of course, stay tuned to this channel because we're continuing our big yearly singles tournament as well. So for Chris, for Brandon, for not Zach, for not anyone else, but for me, JPO, for Venusaur, we love you more than you'll ever know.
Ever know.
Good night.
Yeah.